Welcome back. You're watching India Tonight with me, Nivedna Prabhu, and my co-anchor, Sumita Kareer. Now, let's tell you about how the State Bank of India has decided to classify the loan account of telecom firm Reliance Communications as fraud and also report the name of its erstwhile director, Anil Ambani, to the RBI, that is. Remember, RCom has been under insolvency since June 2019, and the legal counsel of Anil Ambani objected to the move, describing it as an ex-parte order. Ankur Mishra is here to discuss further on that front. Ankur, very good evening. Significant development.
Yes, significant development. State Bank of India has now sent a letter claiming that it has identified Reliance Communications as fraud account, and not only Reliance Communications but Anil Ambani has also been named. Now this is sent to regulator Reserve Bank of India, and it has been stated as per Reserve Bank of India's norms, this account is now tagged as fraud. Now as far as Reliance Communications is concerned, it has clearly stated that due to CIRP proceedings, meaning insolvency proceedings does insulate the company from any kind of action. They have cited section 32A of IBC of immunity due to these kind of offences, but there is also a statement which has come in from Anil Ambani's lawyer. He has also written a letter to State Bank of India objecting to why such kind of tagging of fraud has been done and why he has been named. He has cited Supreme Court judgment saying it was an ex parte kind of an order where proper hearing was not given to Anil Ambani, meaning he was not given a chance to present his case before State Bank of India deciding to tag Reliance Communication as fraud account. Now to discuss on this issue, I have with me Sanjay Hegde, and welcome Sanjay to this show. Before I come to you, just a quick update on, it's not just Reliance Communications but other flagship companies under Anil Ambani's Reliance are also not in good shape. What is the update? My colleague Sharad is joining on this.
In focus are the ADAG group stocks, and one by one we will give the status update for them. The first one is Reliance Communication. Now, SBI has classified RCom's loan account, which is roughly 40,000 odd crore rupees, as fraudulent as well. Now, this is coming in regarding the fund diversion dating as back as 2016. Up next is Reliance Capital. It had undergone insolvency in November 2021 and later restructured via IndusInd International's 9,650 crore rupees resolution plan in early 2025. Looking at for Reliance Home Finance, it has defaulted and SEBI and RBI actions are ongoing. But for Reliance Power, of course, there is a restructuring happening and a turnaround in the offering. Reported a net profit of 126 crore as compared to loss, and also it has reduced its debt equity ratio to 0.9 times. Last year it was 1.6 times. Interestingly, Reliance Naval, now it's of course under Swan Energy, it is showing a defense interest is coming very big on this. And lastly, Reliance Infra, they have pushed their standalone net debt to nearly zero and are raising roughly 17,000 crore rupees in fresh capital. NCLT ordered bankruptcy proceedings related to 88 crore default linked to 2011, and also NCLAT has stayed the order, and the next hearing would be on 18th July this year. Also, defense JVs coming up with Dassault and DHL, Germany and other players are also something which the street will be looking out for.
Thanks Sharad for those details. Sanjay, hi, good evening. I want to come to you for a very basic question. What is the legal implication of State Bank of India now deciding to tag RCom as a fraud account? And not only that, they have also named Anil Ambani.
Well, State Bank of India is obviously covering its liabilities, because under the RBI Master Circular of 2024, all such reporting had to be done. Now, from other news reports, I do see that there have been hearings given to RCom in the matter. The RCom's defense seems to be that those hearings were in respect of a report which was created before this Master Circular. As long as the substance of the allegations were put to it and thereafter they were notified, I don't think RCom has a case which will ultimately hold in court. And it's no use just blaming a company because a company is not a person in the physical world. It's an incorporated legal entity. So who's the person behind the company, and who was the one who effectively took those decisions which constituted the fraud? That possibly SBI has come to the conclusion that Mr. Ambani's conduct requires reporting under the circular.
Now, for the benefit of viewers, let me state one fact that this reporting has been done to Reserve Bank of India, meaning the regulator. Will RBI now take action further? I want to ask here whether this case will be reported to investigative agencies like ED or any other agency?
The RBI, as you said, is the regulator. The RBI can, however, direct SBI to begin criminal action by filing an FIR or any such action as the RBI directs the SBI to do.
All right, so that can be done, but that reporting needs to be done from State Bank of India, you are saying?
Yes.
All right. Apart from that, if you talk about insolvency proceedings, one of the facts which has been stated by the companies is that they are protected under CIRP due to any kind of action which may happen during that period. So, technically, there will be no impact on RCom or any other listed companies of ADAG?
Well, I think that is too broad an expansion of the IBC law. They may be protected insofar as recoveries are concerned. But in respect of criminal proceedings arising out of a determination of fraud, the IBC is not broad enough to prevent it. There is no inoculation against criminal proceedings.
So, as far as banks are concerned, they were concerned about the recovery part. Now, this case has been hanging in balance for 3 to 4 years. In fact, COC has already approved the resolution plan, but NCLT is yet to give go ahead. I am talking about Reliance Communications. Do you think now this will once again be a legal hurdle in the insolvency of Reliance Communications?
Well, it would depend upon the ultimate buyer whom the COC has approved. Now, will he take on the assets and liabilities of a company which has been reported for fraud? Will he stick to the offer, or will he will that company then seek to revise the offer? So those options will probably get reopened. Because which sensible company or a business would want to take over a company where there is a possibility that criminal action may follow the company?
So, I want to differentiate here. Now, this account being tagged as fraud is due to Reserve Bank of India's norms, and latest they have been revised till 2024. It is more of a technical condition whereby whenever any bank finds such kind of action which is suspicious, that needs to be first red flagged, and finally within 6 months you need to tag it as fraud. Talking about recoveries, the provisioning by banks has already been done. I want to understand here, is it too late for State Bank of India to tag this account as fraud now?
No, it is required under the circular to report it. So it has done its reporting. To that extent, it has covered its liabilities under the circular. Thereafter, if the regulator passes any order or gives any direction to the bank, they will have to enforce those directions.
Right. Two quick questions before I wrap. One, I want to understand, do you think this case is going towards investigative agencies clearly? And second, do you think RCom will be under insolvency proceedings by a buyer, or you see this going to liquidation?
As I said before, I don't think there are too many buyers who are willing to take the risk of a company with a possible criminal investigation for past transactions. So if there is no buyer, then it will have to go to liquidation. What was your first question?
Ask you whether or not you see this going to investigative agencies.
That again is a call for the RBI to take. I don't think that they can sleep on the decision for very long. After the reporting, if they take no further, if they give no further directions to the bank, well, people will draw their own conclusions, won't they?
All right, thank you, Mr. Hegde, for joining at this hour and explaining this issue of State Bank of India referring RCom as a fraud account to Reserve Bank of India. Now, we need to wait and see whether or not any further action is being referred by Reserve Bank of India, and also whether or not RCom goes for liquidation.